All right, we're joined up here by Wisconsin. We've got Coach Kelly Sheffield, Charlie Furbringer, and Mimi Collier. Same as we just did, we're going to start with Coach's statement, go to questions directly for the student athletes. We'll dismiss the student athletes, and then we'll go to questions for Coach. Coach, kick us off.
I thought that match was a lot of players that were playing with courage and laying everything out on the floor and bouncing back from things. It's obviously a tough loss when 15-13 in the fifth, but it was those guys making some plays, and they just made a little bit more. Their ability to come back after that first set was really impressive. We gifted them quite a few points, and then what Hudson did the latter half of that match was really impressive. I think hitting 600 in the fourth and fifth sets is unbelievable. Carter Booth having 21 kills, middle. You don't see that very much. Thought we passed brilliantly for the entire match, and about 3 or 4 points in the fifth set. And where we didn't, their serving specialists put in some really nasty serves. And then we just stayed with it and tried to find a way to get back into that fifth set, and we did. And which I thought took a lot of courage as well. And we knew we were going to have to, that was going to be the match. Is just both teams throwing haymakers, and they were able to land the last one.
Questions for student athletes? Start here.
For both Mimi and Charlie, kind of what are the emotions after a loss like this, and how do you sum up how much this team has meant to you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. Like, losing's never fun, especially in a game like this. But I think there's so much love that this group has for each other, and there's just so much connectiveness within the girls, and we love each other so much. So I think the locker room afterwards, there was some tears and there was lots of hugging. There's a couple of our little freshmen that came in, they're like, I'm sorry. I'm like, no, you guys played your hearts out. And I think everyone, I said this in an earlier press conference, like we want it so badly for each other more than we want it for ourselves. I think that really shows with this group, with the confidence and the courage that people came out with tonight, and it was just really fun to see.
Yeah, just heartbreaking for everyone. Like, we worked so hard this year, and I don't regret a thing. We gave it our all the whole time, and I'm heartbroken for our seniors because I think they did just an amazing job at coming into a new program and showing us how it's done, inspiring the younger girls, even though they're new too. And I mean, Carter just gave her all to all of us every single day, and yeah.
Hey, it's Megan Hall with USA Today. This question is for Charlie. Charlie, can you just talk about Mimi's standout night tonight? Obviously, what were you seeing when you were on the court, and what do you think helped her dominate tonight, from your opinion?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Mimi has a different confidence than a lot of different players, and it helps her stand out. And I have so much trust in her, so I mean, I feed her the ball a ton. She's our main girl, and she knows it, and we know it, and we trust her at all times. And yeah, I couldn't be more proud of Mimi. I mean, playing with her this year has been so fun. We could not have asked for a better year.
I guess I'll go Mimi. Kelly referenced that fifth set. You're down 6-1, 9-3. I think most people are saying that's going to be a tough thing to overcome. And you got it down to a point at the end, or you got within a point. What was going on, and how did you turn it around at that point?
Yeah, I mean, we're at a point in the season where we literally have nothing to lose. We were fighting for our season, and I think there was just a lot of courage. That's been kind of our word of the tournament. It's just the courage that we're going out with, and not backing down. We're in practice. We're playing red zone games where every point counts. That was 9-3. Like, every single point counts. Just how can we how can we save this? What can we do? Like the courageous swings that we're taking. Trinity went and took a huge rip. Like it's stuff like that that I think was really setting us apart this season, why we were so successful, just the amount of courage that we had and just the no backing down. And we had so much trust in each other to pass next ball, to set, to kill, all the things. We had so much trust in each other throughout that set. And I think that was the main key in getting us back into it.
PJ Green, gracious. PJ Green, Kansas City Star. Just people, earlier, Kentucky coaches and players described the game as nonstop, just lots of ebbs and flows. Just what kind of things do y'all say to each other during those ebbs and flows? And early on, the attack was working, but then they made adjustments. Just how do y'all process moving through your own adjustments?
Yeah, I think when we're up, the big key words are stay humble and hungry. Don't get too cocky with it. Stay aggressive, and we need to stay on them at all times. And then when we're down, just next point. We can't be dwelling on the past points, because when we do that, we're at our worst. We know that we have to keep moving forward, and I think we did a really good job of that in the 5th set. I mean, it sucks. You go down 6-1 in a 5-setter, and it's hard to come back from. So I'm proud of our fight in that, and I think the talk throughout that whole set was next point, keep moving forward, and just knowing that we all believe in one another.
Yeah, I think a big thing for us is it's kind of a joke, but it's not really a joke. Like, they can't win if we keep siding out. So especially in kind of sets 2, 3, and 4, it really was kind of back and forth, and it was like there was just two teams just really going for it. I know everyone's going to have their big swings. They're going to have theirs. We're going to have ours. But if we just keep siding out, I think we were siding out at a really high percentage. If we keep siding out, they literally cannot win because, got to win by 2, rules of volleyball. So I think just kind of keeping that in mind and knowing, let them have their kills, we're going to have ours, and kind of keep trekking through it.
One more over here on the left side.
Carl Winter from WKOW. Mimi, you arrived in Madison as one of 5 new starters on this team, and now you will leave it saying multiple times it's the best decision you ever made to come to Wisconsin. How did this run and the season just validate your decision?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine. Just the dream team, the dream season, like these girls, there's just like, I've said it over and over, just the amount of love that we have for each other. Like you won't find a group of girls that love each other more than we love each other. And it's been nothing short of amazing. And I can go on and on about it and how just it was like the best decision. And I knew, again, when I tell my transfer story on my call with Kelly, I'm like, oh, like this is a vibe. Like we chit-chatted for 15 minutes and I was like, I like it. This is going to be good. And that vibe turned out to be a good one. Like we're little besties. We're not. But yeah, it's been nothing short of incredible, and I couldn't have asked for a better way to go out.
One more.
For both of you, how do you want people to remember this 2025 team?
I mean, we came in and there was so much doubt around us. And I think no one thought we were going to be here except for us. We know what we do in our gym, and we know how hard we work, and we know the hours that we put in. Over summer, there was girls in there every single day at such odd hours, just getting in extra reps. There's just so much work, and that's what this program is built on, just the grittiness behind it. And I think we all knew that. It was just about showing people. And I think in this tournament, we really did that. We came out, we busted the brackets, we did all the things, and I'm so grateful that this group was able to rise to the occasion on so many times. And just remember that we did it, and no one thought we were going to be here. And just, how proud I am of this team. And it's been so much fun to play with them.
Yeah, we loved the doubt. Keep it coming to next year, because the Badgers are coming, and they're coming hard.
I think two things can be true. I mean, that'll be a match that haunts people for a long time. The courage of these guys and putting on, the faces and they is impressive. It's a match that stays with you for a long time. But it's also something that you can be deeply proud of, the journey that you've traveled individually and as a group. I led off by talking about the fight and the bounce back ability that both teams were having the entire match. You're hearing pride from these guys, self-pride, pride of what they were able to do as the season was progressing. And it was going to take a courageous team on the other side of the net to beat us, and one that's playing very well. I don't think you're going to see any of these guys hanging their heads. That doesn't mean it doesn't sting, because it stings a lot. But it's probably a team that has traveled further than any team I've ever had as far as where we started. And that's something I think all of us are very, very proud of. Thank you.
Mimi, Charlie, thanks for your time. You're good to go.
Thank you.
Can you do questions? Oh, no more? Yeah. Okay. Oh, yes.
I thought that was my mic drop.
It would have been a good one. We'll do some questions for Coach.
Hi, Coach. Charlotte Gibson from ESPN. Can you just describe Mimi's lasting impact on this team? She just kind of spoke about how you were little besties at the beginning, so I'm curious, now that she said those sweet words, what her lasting impact is.
Yeah. I mean, that's a monster season that she just had, right? And that's a pretty big match right there. It's unusual to lose a match when 4 of the sets you have more kills than your opponents. That just doesn't happen very much. But you're in a good place when your better players allow you to coach you, right? And they lean into coaching, and you can challenge them, and it sets the tone. Players like her, both of these two that were up here, people like Carter. That when they lean into coaching and you hold them to responsible and they stand up tall and they move forward, it sends a message that reverberates to everybody. And she came in here and she's wanting to take her game to the next level, and she has. I mean, she's had a great college career, and last year was best year, and just thankful for her and very proud of her because when you transfer with 1 year, there's got to be a lot of trust to get in the deep end. And so many people, when they toward the end of their career, they're preserving some things, ego or whatever. And a lot of times those players will just get in the shallow end. And she dove head first, and yeah.
Lincoln O'Neill, Volleyball State. Kelly, right up the middle. Kristen looked like she took a pretty hard dive there, got checked out, but stuck in the game too. What did you see from her, the fight and determination to stick with it and fight through that pain she was dealing with?
Yeah, I mean, she was in a lot of pain. She was in a lot of pain, and so you're talking with the trainer, and she said, yeah, I mean, it hurts, but she can keep going, and Kristen's looking at me saying, I don't know why you're looking at me. This is what we do. And their opposite had a nasty spill as well. And she, it was a heavyweight fight. I mean, right? And so either team that loses that match, you're going to go back and find a dozen or more things that you wish you would have done different. And I think that's, I think that's natural to look at the things that you wish you had, but that'd be missing the gems of that match. There was so much good and courage, and that both teams and the players were playing with, and I'm proud of Craig, being able to get his team in that kind of moment to leave that first set in the past and get back. I mean, it shows that entire staff.
Kelly, John Steppe, Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, forgot to say it earlier. Pretty unusual to lose despite having higher hitting percentage, higher kills,
Yeah.
more blocks, etc. Kind of, how do you sum up what was going right for you guys in the first set? And I assume that's kind of one of the gems that you're talking about.
All about everything was going right in the first set, right? And there's, and I thought we flushed that. We had 6 service errors. That was a lot, and it wasn't just they were all bunched together, right, in that set. But the rest of our game, we're just playing, right? I mean, it's, that's one of the things we talked about is just, keep having courage over there, and keep siding out and keep going. We passed great the entire match until, except for 3 minutes in the fifth, right? And and so there was everything was going right in the first set, but we continued to pass. We hit for a high percentage. We had more kills in 4 of the 5 sets, and Hudson stepped out of the phone booth, right, with her cape on, and we knew where it was going, and it didn't matter.
Kelly, Carter, you mentioned had a career night, and she's been a de facto leader for this team throughout the season. How can you just sum up how the team fed off her energy throughout this postseason run and tonight as well?
I think everybody saw that she was a player that was on a mission. She was going to do anything and everything to help get this team across the finish line. And the competitiveness, the fight, the fearlessness, the bringing others, looking to elevate each other. This team did a better job of elevating each other than any team I've ever had. It's how you want your career to go at the end, and you hope that players can tap into that earlier. I'm not speaking of her. It's what you want for every player is to just, she was in beast mode, but it wasn't just tonight. She's been like that for a little bit, but she's hurting right now. But in due time, she'll be really, really proud of herself.
Coach Audrey Marr with WMTV in Madison, now right over here. I wanted to bounce off of that. Carter has been absolutely huge for this program in this season, but what has she meant to this program and this culture just throughout her 3 years in Madison?
Man, when you get in this profession, you're teachers. You're coaching, but you're teaching. And when you see people that are just their growth, the loss really hurts, right? The loss hurts, but there's just so much pride. You can have both of those things, and I'm so proud of her. So proud of the journey that she has done and the leadership, her ability to communicate, how she leads others. I'd say early on, her and I were at each other quite a bit, probably more me than her. I was on her a lot. And she didn't give up on me or herself, and leaned into hard, and just the growth that she has done, and then just the effectiveness of her as a leader was just through the roof there at the end. It's one of the things we say is not about being right, it's about being effective, and she became one of the most effective leaders that we've ever had here this last year.
One more up here.
Kelly, you've been here obviously 6 times, all but one of them, you end with this kind of result. Kind of what's the key in terms of processing it and taking as much as you can away from it while also going into obviously a key part of the offseason?
It's what we do. You dive, at some point we will dive into this very, very deeply. Man, we lost a lot of players last year. And we brought in a lot of new ones, either freshmen that were coming in or people that transferred in. And you had other people that stepped up. Charlie is a different level of leader. Certainly Carter is a different level of leader. And you just build a team, right? And you just build and build and build and go through that entire process. I do not look at this as a failure. This is one of the most successful seasons that I've ever been a part of. You can hurt, but also be proud. Both of those things are together. So, us losing in 15-13 the fifth is not what do you got to do to get over the hump? That is just nowhere near where my mind is. Could we have gotten a couple more points? Absolutely. This team came pretty darn close to maxing out. And at the end of the day, that's what you're looking for. You want your team, you want your players to max out. Our seniors had a heck of a match. Our younger kids played with courage. They learned what courage was, and this team came together and grew. I couldn't be more proud of them.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach. Thank you. Congrats on a great season.